Hello, chances are you're here because you want to know how to insert RAM as a beginner, like the baseline tutorial, because all the tutorials on YouTube instantly use gaming PCs. Anyway, here you have the RAM sticks. As you can see, there is 4 slots. There is 2 black ones and 2 blue ones. The reason that there's 4 and that they're spaced like this is because 1 and 3 are dual channels, so if you have 2 times the same memory in these 2 channels, they will perform faster in most motherboards. So that's why you shouldn't put them in 1 and 2 or 3 and 4 if they have different colors. Instead, 1 and 3 or 2 and 4. Anyway, to remove RAM, you need to click these things and then it'll come out. However, don't do, by the way, this is an old computer, this is an old server. It does work and I'd prefer not to break it. But please do not test this out on your main rig because you will damage it if you don't do exactly what I say. If you want to remove it, preferably don't do this one first and pull it out like this, because then the RAM stick will go out like this instead of straight up. You have to get it out straight, because if you rotate it outwards, I'll show you in a bit, you will bend the pins on the other end because they get crushed. So what you want to do is press both of these. As you can see, here's the RAM stick. You put your fingers on this, and then you push it a bit out and down, so basically out and down. And then if you put on pressure at the same time, this will happen. Now these little white things are outside and your RAM stick is a bit higher, and as you can see, you can very easily take it out now, because you should never have to pull to get it out. Because if you only do, oh, by the way, and if you only do one at the same time, as you can see, it will rotate, which will break the pins, which you shouldn't do. Alright, this is how you remove the RAM stick. So here's one. Let me show you the other one. What you can also do if you don't have good view on this, most of the time if your computer is an SFF, small form factor, and there's a DVD drive at the top, if you pull off the front, which you can do very easily by pulling out these 3 tabs on your computer, and then usually your DVD drive, if it has a green tab at the side, you can pull it up and it rotates outwards on your SFF, which gives you better access to the RAM slots. What you can do, if you don't have any other option, is do this first and then this one then, but only then should you take it out. Do not, I repeat, do not take out one and then pull it out, because then this one will rotate sideways and you will break the pins, and that can seriously damage your motherboard. So remove both of these so that they're out, then take out the RAM stick. There you have it. If your pins are not entirely even, as you can see, mine are very clean. They are all the same tint of gold, not dirty at all. Then it should be fine, but if they're not, grab a Q-tip and some isopropyl alcohol and gently rub on them on both sides to remove the grime. The top of the RAM you can take a very lightly damp cloth, not wet, not soaking, just very, very lightly wet, and wipe off any excess dust so that you don't get your fingers dirty when you handle the RAM stick. Alright, now to the part to put it back inside. Again, don't put it in one side at a time or both over the other side, or rotate. You have to look that the notches line up in the middle. You put it in, preferably you anchor it to one of the sides, so as you can see then it goes in, so you can't, like this is possible, now it's not, now it's in. Then on the other side you do exactly the same, so it's inside, just like when you just removed it, so it doesn't move but you can still freely take it out. Then when everything is correct, you can put your thumbs on both ends of the RAM stick, not in the middle, not one side, both ends of the RAM stick. Then you do have to use a bit of force, but please do not force it. Eventually you'll get a feel for when it's right and when it's wrong. As you can see, I just did it wrong, because if I put it in right now, you'll see that it wobbles left and right. And that is because I put the notches wrong. Like, they didn't line up, now they do. So now it should work for me. Then you push down on both sides at once, and as you can see, it clicks in, it automatically puts these things back in, and now it's firm. You can do the same with the other RAM stick. And, oh, again, wrong way. And you put it back in. So if your computer gives a memory error, which is 3 beeps, you can try this method, because sometimes when there's grime on the pins or there's dust in the slot, it won't make proper contact and it won't start. So what you should do is take out both RAM sticks, blow on the slots, or use a non-used before paintbrush. Never used before. No paint, no paint thinner, nothing. Just a brush that doesn't leave any hairs behind, that is just firm to dust it out. Do not use a cloth inside of this slot with your fingernails. Do not push it in, because then the cloth will grab onto the pins inside of the RAM slot, because there's RAM slots in the pins that push onto the pins of the RAM so that they make contact, and they will get stuck and bend the pins, and your RAM slot will be fucked forever. So then you have your 4 RAM slots, or your 4 RAM sticks, or 2 RAM sticks out, and you have 4 empty slots. Then you just go troubleshoot, put 1 RAM stick in 1 slot, still gives a memory error, try another RAM slot, still memory error, then you try the other stick, and eventually you'll find out that either one of the memory sticks is defective, 1 or 2 of the slots are defective, or your motherboard is defective, but that's only if nothing works, then your motherboard is just defective, which you'll have to replace it then. Please consult with an IT professional or a localized, experienced computer repair shop if you have the possibility to. If you do not, this is an easy to grasp, hopefully easy to grasp tutorial to get a basic hang on how to do the RAM. Because I've seen people just pull it out one side, or like instead of pushing straight down, pushing like this, and then you just break it sideways. Oh, don't do that. It'll be dead. So yeah, please find a professional, and if not possible, this will hopefully help you a bit, because yeah. By the way, I'm not responsible for any damage you do. If you have any questions or notes or tips, leave them in the comments so that other people can also benefit from it. Alright, bye.